so beautiful.
You're pretty gorgeous yourself.
Yeah, man. So first thing I got like, 77,000 people. And where were we? Levi Center.
Yeah, attendance record.
And and all of a sudden you and The Rock come out. Are you nervous at all because you're just a little out of your turf?
I was nervous in a way when I knew it was coming up. I did.
Yeah.
In a way, I was like trying to look like I was cool, but my heart and my chest is like yeah. And I was trying not to look obvious at all, but I think I totally did.
yeah, good for you.
It's definitely a different kind of
different vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like when you're getting ready to go for a fight, I'd imagine, and I'm asking that you'd be pretty centered and focused. I'm trying to compare the two, kind of how you felt when you're getting ready, to go and do battle. What's the difference in the nerves?
I think it's the uncertainty with a fight. Or I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get really hurt. I don't know what they're going to come out with, anything like that. So it's more like my mind is still running over a million things that could possibly happen.
Gotcha.
Whereas when I know exactly what's going to go down, roughly, because it didn't go exactly down exactly the way I thought.
Give or take.
Yeah, give or take. And so I'm like, okay, this is the way it's going to be, and it's going to be this way, and I'm not going to screw it up. Whereas in a fight, I'm like, don't get stuck in a certain way that it's going to be. It can go anyway, and don't screw it up.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's a different kind of anxiety for sure.
Yeah. Well, just to help you out there, whoever it is, they're not going to beat you. You're the best in the world.
But I hit the ground running for Jesus. Boy. The first I ever wrestled was at Wrestlemania with an attendance record at Levi Stadium.
Pretty cool, huh? And they loved you. As soon as you came out, they loved you.
I had a problem when I left, though.
Tell me.
There's no way I can't not go back in there again. There's no way. After experiencing that, there's nothing like it. Yeah.
Two of your friends who are also MMA fighters, I met them at the after party. They were beautiful, and they were bragging about you. And they're just really solid, down-to-earth people. But, once you've been there, you just can't walk around anymore. Can you?
No, I can't. The second I left, I was already thinking, how could I possibly go back? I didn't even change yet. I hadn't even got out of my outfit yet.
So, did The Rock, how did you feel with The Rock coming down? Did that give you, a little comfort? Or would you have rather done it on your own?
Well, it's a
and
very
you did
tricky
great,
thing.
Bottom line.
It's a very tricky thing having him because, he's so great at putting anyone over. If he was going to bring me in and put me over, he would do an amazing job at it. But he is so bright and he holds the room so intensely that it's hard to not be outshone by him. Yeah. And so it was a very delicate balance of okay, Triple H and The Rock could be one of the biggest rivalries of all time.
Sure.
How can we make a situation where we are ignoring them? And they are standing in the ring. That's a lot of pressure to be able to be captivating enough to ignore those two.
Yeah.
And so it was nerve-wracking in its own way. I was like, okay, if anyone's going to bring me in and do it right, it's got to be, it's got to be him.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
he's got a great heart.
He really, really does. But it really ups the ante that I have to be on his level when I'm out there, and it's my first time.
And it's It's your first rodeo. Yeah. Really, baby Jesus?
Good. Yeah. It's one of those look in the mirror afterward and be like, what have I gotten myself into?
No kidding.
Again? Yeah.
And how did I do? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you brought up a good point there. When you're in the ring, and with Triple H and Stephanie, and you got a certain battle plan that you got to follow. The fans, and with the way they're talking to you and screaming happiness for you, they want you to go after those guys. And it's delicate balance in, the fans are loving you and pushing you, and there they are, and you're not going. It's all psychology.
Yeah.
And when you come out there, they just fell in love with you. Everybody. I was up in the booth. They just fell in love with you. You have that thing in you, that spirit.
Hopefully.
I'm
trying.
You're my gal. Are you kidding me? So now then, I got to tell you, I've never seen Triple H hip tossed any better.
That wasn't even the throw I was planning, too.
It wasn't?
It wasn't. I told Ann I'm left-handed. I made up a throw and did it right-handed on the spot. And that wasn't even where I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be in the middle.
It was great.
It ended up being like, I couldn't have done it any other way, but that was completely made up. I pulled that throw right on my ass, really. I don't even know what that was. I had to watch it afterward and be like, what was it? I don't even know.
And you know, like you had your bum just far enough. Like, he had no choice. Whatever Triple H wants to say, he was going over.
Yeah. Initially, I was thinking, I wanted to do like a Sode Surakomagoshi, which is a throw I haven't been able to do in MMA. So I was like, oh, it'll look really cool. And it's got a fancy name.
What's the fancy name again?
Sode Surakomagoshi. But if you train something like enough, then you're on a familiar basis and you can give them nicknames. So
gotcha.
I just call it Sode for short.
There you go.
Because we're cool like that.
So boom, Triple H goes over you.
Yeah.
And then here comes Stephanie. Just before you guys had contact, where were you at in your head?
Where was I at in my head?
Yeah.
I was just going to stay there until somebody touched me.
That was
I'm not moving until anyone touches me, yeah.
That way I can't make a mistake, right?
I can't.
Just stay in here. I'm looking down.
Yeah.
Don't look at anybody.
Actually, it was going through my head a lot of the time, and I was like, it is so windy out here. It was really windy on Leo, but I can't look intimidated if I'm constantly like messing with my hair, like blah, 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 blah. You know, so at the time I'm like, oh my God, I hope you don't look like Cousin It. And I watched it later, and I was like, that was some Red Sonja shit. I was so glad that there was wind at the end. But at the time, I was like, oh no, I'm disappearing under my hair.
I didn't know how my hair was going to look.
Yeah, so
there's 77,000 people. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's like I can't go with my hair and makeup done because it'll be obvious that I'm going to do something. So I had to just go au natural. The second Stephanie flings me around, like you notice you watch it, I'm like, hair. Like I just have that one hair moment. Like screw it, I'm going to touch it. Hair. These are things that don't come up in my normal fights.
Yeah. How's you about to go? How's my hair? Huh?
Yeah. I never once think about how I look ever. And I was thinking so much about like I'm getting lost in a head of hair right now.
It was great. What you did with Stephanie, kind of come along his shoulders, I guess. Boom, put her down, brought her up.
She wasn't even supposed to fall down.
Well, I think I
was being a little bit too rough, and she was in heels, and so I was like, "All right, you're getting back up, then. You're getting right back up."
Let me help you right on up here, and you did. Yeah, she didn't look like she had much of a choice. She was going to go where you put her.
Yeah, it was kind of awesome, like seeing everything that is planned and everything that doesn't go according to plan.
Yeah.
Is actually the funnest stuff. Like everything that didn't go the way that we wanted it to go was way better than we could have thought of. So it's so cool.
That's where the magic is.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was wrestling, back when the Dead Sea was just sick, long time. It was like Z or Z. Okay, you got to go to Z or Z. But like, don't tell me how to get there. That's where the magic is.
Right.
Sometimes I don't want to see my opponent. And I hate pyrotechnics and music because when I come out, I can't feel where they're at. Mm. But I'm one of those rebels.
Hey, if I could get in there without any music, or if I could literally teleport from my locker room inside an octagon when I'm fighting, I would be happy. Or skip the whole introduction, and everything. Yeah. That's for everybody else. That's not for you. You just got to be a little generous and allow them to have that time.
Yeah.
To get excited, because I'm already excited. I've been excited for weeks, but they need to get excited over that day.
Yeah. So, like, do you think of going back to the WWE?
I need to find a way, but I have a lot of stuff going on.
No kidding. I'm looking. I want to get the butt. Like,
I'm fighting August 1st.
You're busy.
First of all, the kind of beating that Bethe Correia is going to get in Brazil is nothing compared to anything that anyone could make up. In the meantime, so I can't make anyone excited about anything while that fight is looming over my head.
What did she say about you? That she's just a little condescending.
Well, you know how me and my girls are 4 horsewomen, right?
Yeah.
And so she fights one of them, and after she wins, she puts up her 4 fingers and puts one down.
Oh.
Then she fights another one of my friends. Because
4 horsemen.
Yes, because Shayna is pissed off that she disrespected Jessamine by doing that. So Shayna's like, I want to fight her next.
Gotcha.
So Shayna fights her. She wins the first round, but the second round she ends up getting stopped, and she puts up her forefingers and puts 2 of them down.
Yeah.
Yes, and then she starts talking a bunch of shit about how she's going to. She said she was gonna do me a favor and punch the wart off my face, something like that. And I'm like, first of all, girl, this is a beauty mark. A, ask Cindy Crawford; she knows all about it.
There you go.
And B, you talking to me about physical looks, appearance is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Don't do that. It's not gonna end up good for you. So
Ooh.
I can personally promise you that this fight is not going to be short.
It's not going to be short.
No, this is just like Misha too. She needs to be punished before she gets finished. I don't want her walking out of there looking the same way she did walking in.
I love you so much.
Until that happens, my focus is laser sharp on it.
Yeah.
After that, then
we'll come back to these others. Right?
I want to try, man. I do. I can't not go back in there. It's just we have the book coming out. We have Entourage opens up the first week of June, and then I go to start filming my next movie in September, and I got a book coming out in May, and yeah.
So great. Okay, so let me organize it for you a little bit.
Let's hear your organization. Let's hear it. I need help.
When's Brazil? What
August 1st.
August 1st. Where are we? April. How you feeling? Are you in shape? Are you...
I could do a backflip on this table right now.
Yeah. That's my girl.
I'm like looking at the clearance of the ceiling, like, I can do that.
Yeah,
make
you
it
can. And so when will you head for Brazil to have that fight? How much time do you give yourself?
Maybe like 10 days.
10 days?
10 days before, yeah.
Nice. Is Uncle Gene coming?
Yes.
Don't you love him?
He's been in my corner every single fight. I think except for one that I had to go to Calgary.
Yeah.
It was like my second pro fight. But other than that, he's been in my corner every single time.
Don't you love him?
He's the best.
He is the best. So get this, like the toughest guy in the world. You know, not according to him, according to everybody else.
Yeah.
I actually in the ring defeated Judo Jean LaBelle. She's laughing at me.
Well, no,
my producer's laughing at me.
It reminds me.
Hang on a second, you guys.
When I first started getting into fighting, this is
Yeah.
what Gene told me. He was like, "Listen, kid, I've won."
Gee,
It's out of your nose.
don't do that. Listen, kid, that's so. You know, I got a lady here. Hey, listen, kid.
Yeah.
I want you to know something.
Yeah, that's how it is. You're like, "Listen, kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I've won every REAL fight, and I never made a penny. But I've lost every REEL fight, and I'm comfortably retired." That was him telling me not to fight.
Yeah.
That's why I was doing stunts when I was trying to work my way up through MMA. I was taking stunts as odd jobs just to make enough
What's your
money.
favorite kind of stunt? Are you in the ground? Are you in the air?
I mean,
falls?
what they usually use me for, because of judo, I can fall anywhere on anything. Like, you could drop me on the concrete. I mean, that's why in Fast and Furious, I did all these falls and stunts on marble floors, because I can fall on marble floor over and over and over again, and it won't hurt.
Yeah, that's where you're most comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So they'd have me do a lot of stuff like that. But I love doing, like, falls are my favorite, because I love heights, but they won't let me do it. They didn't let me take any falls. No, it's just, they says it's because I had fights coming up. So all the falls in Expendables, all the falls in Fast, they didn't let me do it because I was fighting like 6 weeks later.
Well, they're taking care of you.
I know,
But I like to do my own
still.
stunts too.
But no, you know what? My favorite's guns.
Guns?
Guns are my favorite.
You and my son would get along. He packs, he packs all the time.
Oh,
Got
awesome.
Two knives in the back, AK, 57, 47, whatever it is. Got a Glock. And he's got a
I'm about to go gun shopping like next week. I'm getting an AR-15 and a Glock 22. I'm so excited.
Do you ever shoot skeets?
My dad used to when I was a kid. I was like,
So much fun.
I remember watching him hit those all the time.
So much fun.
I haven't done it myself. That does look fun though.
Yeah, my son's my best friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, he is. And yeah, we all go shoot and that'd be a blast. So let me just say, I told you I beat Judo Jean.
Yes,
right?
yes, you did.
That was a dumb thing I said there, wasn't it? So I must have been maybe 20, and I got my first main event break here in Los Angeles at the Olympic Auditorium, and I started when I was 15. So they beat me up for like 4 years. So I'm doing the circuit here in Los Angeles, and Sunday was San Bernardino. There's a little old round building there in San Bernardino. So I'm driving, and as I'm driving there, it's maybe 60 miles from L.A., I see like turkey drumsticks. Oh, and I'm hungry. But, you know, I got to make it up, like $2.65, $1.65, whatever it was. Yeah, I went in, and I have me a nice drumstick, and they had blueberry pie. I love blueberry pie. So I'd seen, and I downed a good piece of blueberry pie. And then I, you know, went off and got to the arena. I didn't know who I was going to be wrestling. And, you know, you look on the wall, and there you are, and, Judo Gene LaBelle. Okay. So I get in the ring with them, and the bell rings, and I proceed to get my frequent flyer miles. You know, nothing touched the air much for a while. And then, boom, this is what he does. He slams me, and then I'm in the corner, and he takes the 2 top ropes in his hands, and he sticks his big toes into my throat. Who sticks their big toes into your throat?
Judo Gene.
Judo Gene. Now, as he's doing it, like, you know, we love him, but pinky, you know, red hair, he gets distracted, and he's looking at the crowd shooting, which just puts a little more weight, and now and all of a sudden, this 3-foot stream of blueberry pie.
No!
Oh, yeah!
No!
All over Uncle Gene, all over the first row, Uncle Gene's stomach. And he left, and he got counted out. I won.
Oh, my God. That's great. Did his pinky turn purple?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was...
I was thinking, like, what colors do blue and pink made together? Purple.
But he's got me through so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love him. So, okay. Oof. The movie Fast and Furious. Well, you did the Expendables also, right?
Yes, we did. I did those back to back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work than it looks like, isn't it?
It does. It really is. Like, it's a different kind of energy because it's different from fighting in that, like, and you have, like, one long camp and then the performance is on one day, and then you also get the reward in that same day.
Yes.
Whereas in movies, I feel like the whole time period that is usually camp is the whole performance. So it's like a slow burn kind of stamina kind of energy, and you don't get any of the feedback or recognition like a year later.
Doesn't that
more
suck?
Than that.
Doesn't that suck? At least tell me. Like, if I did something bad, please tell me.
Yeah.
But
I think that's why they have premieres, because actors never hear applause.
No. And, you know, there's a lot of actors that won't go live. They're scared to death. I mean, big-time actors, they don't do live. I heard that, like, something like 90% of the population would rather die than make a public speech, which is, you know, I don't understand that. But
I mean, I understand where the anxiety come from. Like, I didn't used to be a confident public speaker. That was like an acquired thing.
Okay, where were you born?
Riverside, California.
Riverside, California?
Yeah.
I lived there. I was like 16 on my own. Okay, so, and you were raised in Riverside?
Until I was like 3, and then we moved to North Dakota.
Baby Jesus, who did you get mad? North Dakota can get some snow.
Yeah. Well, I think my last year there, we had like 101 inches of snow.
Holy cow.
And then when I was like 9, we moved to like right on the border of Santa Monica and Venice.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. So now, your mom, here's where I didn't know this. Your mommy was she a gold medalist in judo, world champion?
She was the first American to ever win the world championships in judo. 84.
Sup, Mom?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Sup, Mom?
Okay, so obviously, like, you wanted to go in Mom's footsteps? Is that?
Yeah. And she didn't just do that. I mean, she won the world championships in judo. She was getting her PhD in psychology while single mother and working as an engineer back in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, she was doing it all. And
that's a mom.
Yeah, right? And it's
Holy
easy to think
cow.
you're capable of anything if a world champion walks through your living room.
Yeah.
Right?
What are you doing? I'm just getting my PH in medicine and skateboarding.
Yeah. She got a perfect score at the SATs at 16. Graduated college at 19.
Get. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my son Colt, he's 25 now. He competed as an amateur MMA, and he's undefeated. He was trained by Matt Limlin. Trying to think of the team. Anyway, it'll come to me. Team sports, sport team, something like that. And he competed and he did well. The thing is that he ran into, get this, so he's been training for his first fight, right? And they make you wash the mask, and he worked his way up, no problem. And now he's in the ring, and I think he trained about approximately 10 months to a year for his first fight. And how nervous and everything. And he's standing in the ring, and it comes time to announce him, and he goes, and ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, the son of Roddy PIper, Colt Toombs. Mm-hmm. It's like, really? After all that he went through and I had nothing to do with it, they threw my name in there. What's it like growing up with your mom as the world's champion?
I was really proud of it. And so if anyone even mentioned me in, affiliation with my mother, I was always like, hell yeah, she is. And my mom was the one that started to notice a switch, that when I was 16 or so, she started being introduced as my mother instead of me being introduced as her daughter. But it never bothered me, never at one point. If anyone mentioned my mom, I was like, hell yeah, it's my mama! Like, I would go nuts over it. I loved it.
That's what he's like. He's like, I'll kiss him on top of the head while he's hitting the bag. Thank you, Dad. And then he goes back. Does it give you more pressure when early in your career because they're expecting so much from you, maybe?
Yeah, but I've always been the type to, I am above myself under pressure. Some people, they need to be in that relaxed, chill, okay, everything's all right situation. They tell themselves, this is just like every other fight. Like, no, I need it to be different. I need there to be pressure. There has to be pressure or else I'm not going to focus as much. I'm not going to fight as well in a high school gymnasium as I would in an Olympic arena.
Nice.
It makes me super focused. And so,
bring the pressure on.
There was extra pressure of me, being my mom's daughter, but I never thought of it. I was like, oh no, I have to do well because I'm my mom's daughter. Like, I would go out there thinking, I'm like, that's right, all these other girls, they know that my mom's a world champion and I'm going to kill them. Like, I would just have it in my mind. Like, I thought all the great things. I never thought of it as any other way.
My daughters, when they were small, I would on purpose get in arguments with them, because I want them all to defend themselves, be independent, no matter what was going on, and they'd be in the kitchen. I'd go, girls' places in the kitchen barefoot. Okay. And they'd start going, but I was just training them. Mm-hmm. And they're all very independent and speak up.
That's
and
awesome.
People, because I heard, why I ask is I heard you talking about, maybe it was on Fallon's show, about, about giving them opportunities and what you've overcome. And for ladies, it's like, here you are, pound for pound, probably the best in the world. And you're breaking down doors. You're the hottest thing in the UFC. When did that ever happen before? No, it hasn't. It's you that did it. And it's so cool. I don't think you're paving the road. Like the very first Wrestlemania. I don't know what's going on. What do you know? I don't know. There's the exit. We better get out there. They rang the bell. And away we go. And we didn't know we were paving the ground.
Right.
That's what you're doing for ladies forever now. That's a pretty, Burt Reynolds is a good friend of mine. When he says, what we don't get? We don't get enough, like in your case, atta-girl. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah. I know I got to take a break. Take a break, and I don't know, I may ask her to marry me. We'll be right back with Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Ouch. Okay, we're back with Rowdy Ronda. How do you like the name Ronda? Rowdy, rather? Is it working for you?
It's working great for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember giving me permission to use it.
On the phone, you called me, and you were so sweet.
Yeah, and
know.
I saw you right after that at when they did the grand opening of Hyaston, the new location.
Yes.
You came, and then I was like, "Remember talking to me? I'm about to
Yeah.
have my first amateur fight." I know I remember this a lot better than you because you were like, "Yeah, whatever, kid." But
Back to the kid.
yeah, whatever, kid. Yeah, you were like talking to Gina, like, I don't know if you remember saying like his name, but I'm totally about to fight and crazy name. And yeah, but you were very, very sweet, and yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Let's see now.
Trying to do the name justice.
In Brazil, you'll do it justice. You know, you're gonna extend the fight and make sure the lady knows that you're the Four Horsemen.
Well,
Yeah, it's
she's gonna have what my dad used to call a come to Jesus meeting.
a come to Jesus meeting.
Yep, and by the end of it, she's gonna see the light.
Killing me. So, like, do you do interviews? Do they have interviews for you where?
No, this is my first interview ever.
Yeah. Let me get the hook out of my mouth. She's killing me. She's killing me here. Security. Baby Jesus. But when you do an interview for your next fight, do you have a problem getting into their heads, or do they give you that opportunity? Like,
I kind of customize how I approach every fight to the girl that I'm fighting.
Sure.
And so, like, if I'm fighting a chick that's like, you know, she's like Liz Carmouche is a Marine that's done 3 tours, or, you know, Sarah McMahon is an Olympic silver medalist, no intimidation stuff's going to work on them. So I'm just not even going to bother.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my energy. But some people just need to be approached in different ways. And, you know, the last girl, Kat, that I fought, she'd been through so much personally in her life that I was like, well, nothing I'm gonna say is gonna bug her. So we might as well be cool. Let's be cool.
Yeah.
And but yeah, sometimes I'm fighting chicks and I'm just like, give me something to work with, woman. I remember I was on a conference call a while ago.
Give me something to work with.
Yeah, we had to do like this, before every fight, we had to do like this pre-fight press conference call where all the fighters on one call. And I forget which fight what this was for. Maybe I don't forget because people will say like, oh, you're calling everyone else boring. But I swear to God, I was on this call being like, somebody say something other than they love America. Like, Jesus Christ. Not that I don't love America.
Gotcha.
Everybody's going to flip that around. But I'm saying this is not the Miss America pageant. This is not.
It's boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to see like PR statements. No one. If we want to hear politicians, we'll turn on the news. People don't
kidding.
watch fights to hear politics.
You know what? It's got too political, the world.
Right.
You
Right.
can't say anything anymore.
That's why everyone loves sports, because it's supposed to be separate from all of that.
Yes. Now, I'm doing a one-man show in England, in London, and I'm up on the stage, and I talked about, you know, this is back in the day, but we used to midget toss, you know, which is like offensive on several levels, I understand, but let me tell you about it. You get a little harness on them, you get them drunk first, they fly further. I'm telling you, this is wrestlers' after party. And they have, you know, they got the line, they put white jock tape. There's a line, and you boom, you get by, and the drunker they are, the more they'll roll. You know? So I'm talking about midget tossing, right? Boom, and boom, and I look down, and right in the first row is one of the little people. He's a midget.
No.
And like, I think it's the first time on stage I've ever, I just sunk, and he jumped up on stage, gave me a hug. But
that's sweet of him. Good sport, man.
Good sport, because I had done 10 minutes on midget tossing by that time.
You
It was a little blue, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was, but like, boring, too politically correct, too much
Fear of criticism.
fear of criticism. And I painted myself just exactly what you just said. And I painted myself half black one time. And I fought a judo person. I'm pretty sure he went to the Olympics. Bad News Brown.
Yeah. My mom knew him.
Yeah, he's a really nice man.
Right.
But here's what happened. Is Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson in the room and Bad News, and they just, hey, come in here. And they just say, we want you to fight Bad News Brown at next WrestleMania, whatever it was. And I swear to you, on my children, this is what's going through my head. I look, it's about 5 seconds, and I'm thinking, I'm going to have to do maybe 100 interviews on this guy. And he's a great judo player and a really nice man. But he's flatline. He doesn't say, and so just what you said, I'm getting you to endorse what I did. I said, I'm going to paint myself half black. And Vince McMahon looked at me and said, I love you. So to make it short, they got me some paint, and they painted me. You can see it, 63,000 people in the Sky Dome. And I'm half black, and Vince got paint that wouldn't come off when I sweat and that had a clear solution. And I had the fight, but when I came back to the dressing room, the makeup lady, she's trying to get it off, and 5 minutes later, I'm starting to bleed. Andre the Giant and Arnold Skolin had thrown out the solution, put water in there. Now, I'm in Toronto, Canada. Oh. I'm half black. I got to go to Portland, Oregon.
Oh, no.
Okay, and it had nothing to do with anything other than I had to do those promos. I love the guy. But, kind of painted myself in a corner there.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of where, wrestling fans are a lot cooler than... I don't want to say
you're not going to paint yourself half black.
Well,
to keep
no,
the
but they're so understanding in a way that they realize that even the things that aren't so politically correct and could be a little offensive or said with a little bit of a harsh humor, it's all done for them. It's not I don't want people to think I'm a jerk, but you know what's more important than people liking me is them being entertained.
There you go.
And the wrestling fans really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people, I think, don't really understand the entertainment side of it because, there's the Olympics, there's WWE, and there's UFC. The Olympics is all the way on one side, WWE is all the way on the other side, and the UFC is in the middle. That's how I really kind of feel like it. And I really feel like the most judgmental fans in the whole world are the Olympic fans.
The Olympic fans?
Because they expect you to be perfect. You have to be shining, glistening, red, white, and blue and stars, little lady. No. And with WWE, you just got to be interesting.
You just got to be. No kid.
Yeah.
That magic that we were talking about. You got to have that.
Exactly. And, of course, Olympics, you have to be able to perform and be athletic. And, of course, WWE, you have to be able to perform and be athletic.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems like there's so much more understanding, I think. There's a lot less judgment on the entertainment side sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me with the Olympic side, what were the nerves or the going into that piece of work?
There's nothing compared to it. Nothing, no UFC title, no WrestleMania, no anything is anything close to the pressure and nerves of an Olympics because you could have only one day for your entire life. That you've worked your entire life for one day. Oof. And that one day, you have to weigh in that one day, and you have to fight
in the same day.
The same day,
hey.
And you have to fight 5 times, win 5 matches in a row in one day.
Can't cheat and weigh in the day before. I'm a villain. Uncle Pete says you're gonna be a baby. So that one day, do you sleep the night before?
Your whole life, you have to sleep, but you're cutting weight, and so it's very hard to sleep the night before.
Starving.
Yeah, you're starving. You're dehydrated. You're everything. And that's why I fought such a heavy weight when I did judo because it was 154 or 138.
Whoa!
There was no in between, and you have to make weight sometimes 4 weekends in a row and weigh in the morning of, and then fight 5 to 7 times.
They're that strict?
Yes, and you can't step off the scale once you're on. So there's been times where I stepped on the scale to make weight, and it was wavering 0.05, 0.05, and I just took scissors and chopped chunks of my hair off and threw it on the ground to make weight. And then went and beat everybody up for my cut hair.
I love you so much. She wanted to make weight, so I just pulled my hair out, threw it up against the wall.
Yeah, and you just hold up the whole way in, because once you get off the scale, your weight's official, and you just hold it all up. Be like, someone give me scissors, Ross, I'm not moving. And my hair was uneven for so many years.
Great.
For so many times I've been on the scale and was just a little bit over. Give me the scissors.
That's so great. Wow.
Yeah, I've cut other people's hair on the scales. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at getting even now. I had a couple tries.
Half a pound.
Yeah, but people, that was a normal thing because you could not come into weigh-in again. So whatever you lost, you had to lose it right then.
Well, what an achievement. After you go there, I imagine that you're pretty hard to rattle in any kind of way. That's, I would have loved to go. I just don't have any talent. I would have loved to go even buy a ticket. But the accomplishment in itself.
And then going and failing, too, is another thing as well. Because nothing...
Do you feel like you failed?
My mom was a judo world champion.
Yeah.
And I wanted to win the world championships just like she did and to be the first American to ever win a gold medal in judo.
Gotcha.
And I went all the way to the finals of the world championships and lost on points. And I went to the Olympics on points. And in my first Olympics, I got screwed over with a bad call. And then in my second, I had to make a haymaker at the end of the quarterfinal because if I let it go to a decision, I was American. I never got decisions. And my mom always said, if you let it go to a decision, you deserve to lose because you let it be in somebody else's hands. So I was like, all right, I'm going to throw a haymaker out. This is it. And I ended up getting countered and came back and fought for the bronze. But I still never quite did it. So I worked my entire life to be able to win the Worlds and Olympics and came so close and never did it. And
does that bother you?
It's almost the greatest thing that ever happened to me because
that's my girl.
I'm so got that little feeling of always being a little bit unsatiated where I could defend my title a million times and I will still be more motivated than the other girl to win it again.
Nice.
And so, there's some things that just aren't meant for you.
Yeah.
I wasn't meant to be a world and Olympic champion in judo. I was meant to be disappointed by that so that I would be able to have just an unlimited well of motivation for the rest of my life.
That's great. You know, life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah.
Turn a negative into a positive.
Yeah.
That's
So
great stuff.
That makes everything else. After that level of pressure and that level of disappointment, how could anything else really be that scary to you? I'm like, I could have gone out of Wrestlemania and I could have made a total fool of myself and I could have sucked. But you know what? That's nothing compared to losing at the Olympics. So whatever. It's not that scary.
Nice.
So the worst that can happen is that you'll look stupid. MMA, the worst that could happen, you could be like,
your hair.
I could be maimed for the rest of my life. I could get a big cut through my face. Like that would suck. But I'm comfortable. I could probably retire now if I wanted to, me and my gash. So I'd be fine. Me and my gash and my dog.
The hair is important.
The hair is important, right? I'll just pull my hair over to one side for the rest of my life and I'll become a surfing hermit with my dog. Like that's not as bad. That's not even that scary. Compared to losing the Olympics after training your whole life, I'm dreaming, like literally laying in bed at 6 years old thinking about winning the Olympics one day to not happening. I'd rather be a gashed up surfing hermit.
What kind of dog you got?
I got a Dogo Argentino.
Yeah. You love him?
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live without him. My wife is an animal nut. I'm 0-45 with her. I've been married 32 years. Kitty, I love her. Oh, yeah. And she got like so many animals.
I was about to say, like, do you have 45 animals? Is that how you keep score?
Unbelievable. Like 30 goats, 7 horses. I don't know how many dogs, a parrot that's going to outlive me.
Please tell me you have fainting goats.
I have goats that are all running all over.
Do you have fainting goats?
Oh, fainting goats? Yes, we have a couple. Yes, they just.
Oh my God! If I had some fainting goats every single day after I had my coffee, I'd drink my coffee in the morning and run out in the backyard and go. Like that's what I am so. That's what I want to do. I want to get rich enough to have a ranch. I've been working hard so I can get a ranch, a bunch of goats, and after I have coffee every single day, I'm gonna to my goats. I'm so excited to do that. Please tell me you do it.
Oh, yeah. Boom. They just go like, my wife gets mad at me. So I wait till she goes down, big house, goes downstairs. It's pretty cool because they just, and they're out. You know?
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's just nuts, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so I love you so much. And I'm getting you tired, but I got a couple more.
Told you, backflips all day.
Atta girl. Okay, so the movies.
Yep.
You know, because we have, it's interesting. We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for that, but I'm working on it.
I picked the name for a reason. It wasn't a random selection. It wasn't just because it rhymed, I swear.
You know, wasn't born with a silver spoon or nothing like that, and I left home when I was 13, and I got into the movies kind of by accident, I never thought of being a pro wrestler. It was just an accident. And but how did you feel? Okay, I'm changing arts here. So we talked about the Olympics, we talked about the WWE, we talked about the UFC, and those are all arts. They're very into themselves. But like here comes acting, which is a whole different 9 yards. How did you deal with that? And what do you do? What was your first movie? The
Expendables.
Expendables was the first one.
Yeah.
Did you go to a coach or?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to an acting coach way before that because I was trying to get the role of Atlanta in Hercules.
You would have been great.
They didn't pick me. I was too green. I was too new. But that was the first thing that I really got an acting coach, and I worked hard on it. Like I really wanted to get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. So then I was like, I really, really, really want to get it. I'm like one of those people that I am not discouraged by falling short of success. That I am like ultra motivated afterward.
So you had to audition for the first one?
Yes, I auditioned.
I hate that.
I didn't get it. And then, I was super ultra motivated. I'm like, okay, I'm really, really, really going to get the next one.
And did you have to read for the Expendables?
No, I read for Fast for a part that, like, I didn't get because I ended up getting Expendables before that. I didn't even read for Expendables. They gave me Expendables. And then I had
right?
I know. And then I only had like a 10-day gap between when I ended with Expendables and started camp. And so they created that character, Kara, in Fast and Furious for me.
Nice.
Yeah, so instead of being, what?
You know what that means?
I don't know.
That you have made yourself such a great commodity that they want you in their movie because it draws more money. That's a huge compliment to you.
I'll let you say it about me, but I won't say it about myself. I'm just happy that they found a way to fit me in.
You know, I can't talk for myself. I can speak for you all day long. Comes to me, I get in the fetal position. I'm really shy.
Yeah. I met with Sly several times, though, before he offered me Expendables, but he was more trying to read my personality. He felt like he felt like, I could get, if you're the right personality, we can get it to work. Yeah. I think that was more his approach.
So when all right, first day, first scene, where are you? Butterflies, what's going on? Because this poor lady, waterboarder. What do you want to do next? You're going
hit the ground running. Like my first ever wrestling was Wrestlemania. Like my first ever scene in a movie is I have to jump in the helicopter with the whole cast pretty much from Expendables. So I got Dolph Lundgren, Wesley Snipes, Jason Statham, Sly's out there dangling from a rope, Harrison Ford's in front of the helicopter. I think we got Tony Banderas in there. We've got, I know I'm forgetting somebody because everybody is on there. Yeah, Jesus is on the helicopter. And
this is the first time on camera,
my first time ever. And then I'm just like, I'm tripping out. I'm looking around like I'm tripping out. And then Dolph Lundgren just looks at me and goes, "Would you like an apple?" He hands me like an apple slice. I'm like, all right, no.
Would you like an apple?
Would you like an apple?
So you had to dive onto the helicopter?
No. That was at the very end where we're like, oh my God, Barney, no. Is he dead? No. Oh my God, it sucks. Oh no, he's alive. It's cool. That's what we were doing. But my first dialogue scene ever.
Yeah, I love it.
Was
no mercy, right?
Yeah, that was fine though because I didn't have to do much except for just be there.
Yeah.
But my first dialogue scene was me and Sly in like a bar. It was like the last scene of the movie was the first scene I ever shot of any movie ever. And I didn't know what my nervous tics were, but I found out.
Yeah.
So I have bad knees, right?
Gotcha.
And so I rock when I talk. Yeah, I know. If you watch Phil Jackson, the coach, right? You notice that he rocks when he talks. He's got bad hips.
Have you noticed that about me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it.
I waver all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, pain on that one. And you look like you're a killer in the courtyard, with your face back to them. And I just, They notice that
I rock more when I'm nervous. Because I'm trying to take weight off my bad knee.
Yeah.
So it's like you're putting weight back and forth between one leg and together. It's like a fight or flight thing, right?
Yes.
And so
I don't have flight in me. I wish. I would love to run away. I don't have that gene. Well, okay, so you're swaying.
I ended up swaying, and so the director had to like come over and like grab me by the elbow and like stop, like every single time that I did it. And everyone was so cool about trying to help me out and feel relaxed. And like Kellen Lutz was there with me too, and he was like trying to give me advice. It's like try and like squeeze your fingers together to like revert, like just put your energy somewhere where it's not showing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I'm like still trying to figure it out.
Sometimes I'll bite my tongue.
Yeah, I don't know. We ended up making it work by the end of the day, though.
Yeah.
We did, so.
And so the dialogue, how did the dialogue go?
What was the actual scene?
Yeah. Well, just...
It was more like me saying thank you at the end. Because...
Nice. Did you feel good about it?
Yeah, I felt good at the end of the day. But, yeah, I think the first time I shoot any first dialogue scene for a movie...
Yeah.
I'm nervous for her. And then after that, it's like, whatever.
So would you prefer to, you got your first dialogue scene, would you prefer not to see the person and not rehearse and just go do it? Or would you prefer to rehearse and block it so you got an idea?
Well, what Sly did, which was awesome, which works way better for me, is he would change lines and change the order and change everything the second we got there. And so I'm much better at reacting to another person than memorizing and repeating. And so sometimes he would just change the words in the middle of the scene without even telling me, and it would just force me to think and react as if it's an actual conversation instead of trying to be like, all right, he's about to end talking. Okay, now I talk. So that's what I love that he did. He would purposely change everything around to be exactly what you did in practice, and then it always ended up being way better for me that way.
My take's always my best, and I don't like to rehearse it because maybe they're going to do something that makes me and if we rehearse it and I do it and somebody likes it and then I go to do it when we're shooting, to me it's like it's old. It's already been used, and I don't know. It's just me.
Well,
another issue.
Yeah, one really cool thing they did on Entourage that I hadn't seen before was we would do it a couple times until we finally got a take that we were like, okay, we got a good one.
Yeah.
Then they'd say freebie. So, like, the last one, you could do anything you wanted. Because they already knew they got a good one, right?
Yeah.
And it was usually the last freebie when we would totally go off the lines and do whatever. That's, like, we ended up keeping a lot of that stuff because he would just be like, this would be funny, this would be funny. But instead of, sitting down and be like, should we change the scene? And, like, holding everything up.
How did you talk?
Should we change the scene? Because I really feel like my character wouldn't feel like this in this situation. So we should really change that because, her motivation is totally coming from
It's like so much, right?
Yeah, so like
really?
So to take that out, they're like, just shoot it our way until you think we got a good one, then you can have a freebie and do whatever the hell you want. And so that was always fun. We ended up keeping a lot of stuff from the freebies.
Nice.
So I'm still learning, I'm very much a white belt in the game, and I'm working my way up. But
you got a book coming out.
Yes.
What's
My
the name
Fight,
of the
Your
book?
Fight.
My Fight, Your Fight.
Yeah, I wrote it with my sister, who is happens to be an award-winning sports journalist.
Baby, Jesus.
Yeah, my stepdad's a rocket scientist.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Did you adopt me?
Ask my mom. She's the one that
ask Mom.
She doesn't have any more kids in the house, so she might miss it.
Couple of Cheerios, I do the lawn, I'm all over. So, how long did you work on the book?
Man, we were looking on it maybe like not even a year.
It's a lot harder.
It is a lot harder than you think it is.
I wrote one, and I'm writing one right now. I'm writing one to my family because they don't know much about me before I was 15.
Right.
And so, it's like I'm scared out of my mind.
Right, and to have to revisit everything.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you put out of your mind, and it really, like, you know where you've been, right? And then you already know where you're at, but it's hard for you to really go chronologically.
Isn't it?
And then this, and then, thank God it was with my sister. Because you know how many times I was just bawling, crying, trying to, like, get the words out for this book? I mean, there were times my sister was like, we need, something to fit in, like, to this situation. I just need one paragraph, and I would text it to her, and I'd be like, like bawling, like sobbing this text message, trying to get one sentence out because, like, oh God.
The guy in the car next to you, who's that? Oh, that's just the world's toughest lady. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot in the book is about how much I cry all the time.
Oh man,
there's so much of me crying in the book.
So, okay.
It's funny
and
a lot of parts too.
For me too, like, it's like, okay, tell me about your life. Until somebody said, like, tell me a wrestling story. I don't know any. But somebody will go, hey, Bear. One time I fought a bear for 25 bucks. You go into it. Yeah. As I'm writing the book, I don't have a sister. Can I borrow your sister? And it's hard to, and it's my take on it.
Right.
And sometimes my take can favor me a little more. I'm a villain. Judo Gene told me you're a hero to the people. I remember, like, they love to hate me. So in the book, it's hard because my kids had to go through that.
Right.
Yeah, and at school and stuff. One day, knocked out Mr. T, kicked Cyndi Lauper, hit Lil Bono with a big glass album from Cyndi, and, just doing business. But, like, my kids had to go to school and put up with that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that's what my families were very, very close. And just when you're like this, what's your sister assigned? Sports journalist. And that's the one that helped you with the book.
Yes.
Okay, so here's where I've got a problem with it is, what's up with Walmart not carrying your book? I've got to know, now, because I'm the kind of guy that'll walk right in and say hello. Why is Walmart not carrying My Fight, Your Fight?
Apparently, I'm too violent. That's the reason.
You're too violent? The book is too violent?
Yeah, but I guess they said that before the book was even released, so they hadn't read it. But I'm not, I don't know. Everybody has their reasons for doing whatever, and hopefully the book will be successful enough that they'll change their mind and want to carry it later.
For sure it will. But I think everybody should call Walmart. I put it out to all of you. Call Walmart and ask for Rhonda's book. It's called My Fight, Your Fight. Okay? My Fight, Your Fight. Call Walmart and get a fight going. And say you want this book. It's just baloney.
Or you could just call Barnes & Noble and pre-order it. And
Barnes & Noble?
Just get it from
instead of going through all this drama, Rod.
Yeah,
Barnes
what?
& Noble.
I think what speaks more is just sales. And if it's successful elsewhere, then they're more likely to listen to dollar signs and phone calls.
There you go.
That's what.
Yeah.
But that's only my theory. And, what do I know? I dropped out sophomore year of high school.
You too?
Yeah, I did.
The only thing that kept me out of college was high school. I have so much, but, I understand you are so busy. The fact that you would take the time to come here for me, I love you. I understand it,
You're special.
You're special. And, if you ever need somebody, only thing I want from you is for you to be as successful as you want to be and as happy as you possibly can. That's all I want. If you ever need, just an ear or won't go anyplace, or sometimes you call me. I just give you the truth and tell you I love you. I'm a big-time daddy. What you've done, I have a couple of kids that had their problems, and they're good. They're doing great. And for everybody in the world, you give people hope. I get at people in the autograph line, and it'll be like grandpa, dad, and son, and they all bonded over watching, Piper's Bit of Wrestling, and they get there and they shake and they cry, and it's like, that's the best part of my job, because I hug them, and some people got cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. And you can do so much. You know what you and I can do? We can go into a cancer hospital for kids and put a smile on a kid's face when a doctor can't. And you're very special. And I don't say this to people, really. You're very special. And it's your spirit. And when you tell me, no, the Olympics, no, it just made me more, now you're talking. What a beautiful spirit, what a beautiful human being you are. And you're going to give people, listen to me, all right, kid? You're going to give so many people, because you're so young, so many people hope through your book, My Fight, Your Fight, to everything else you do in Fast and Furious and all these movies. the thing that you're doing the best is showing other people that you can do it. And I love you for that. I love you for coming. All right, just a second before I wind up. Walmart. My fight, your fight. I'm going to fight you, Walmart. What's your Twitter?
It's at Ronda Rousey.
At Ronda Rousey.
Instagram is at Ronda Rousey. And then my Facebook fan page is Ronda Rousey. I got on it quick. Like, I pushed my social media before anyone believed in me. So I got those tags early. It's not Ronda Rousey _official. It is Ronda to the Rousey. That's it.
Ronda to the Rousey.
Not the to the. Don't put that in there. Don't type that. Okay, that was just to make it sound cooler, which I failed. But no, it's just at Ronda Rousey. No H. My dad's name was Ron. He wanted a boy. He didn't know nothing about no H's, and so there ain't no H in there.
Baby Jesus, you're beautiful. And when the book comes out? When?
May.
In May. Fast and Furious.
It's out now.
It's out now.
And then Entourage comes out first week of June.
First week of June.
And Bethe Correia is going to get the business from me
There you
August
go.
1st in Rio.
Brazil.
Yep.
And what? I'm sorry. What was the date on Brazil?
August 1st.
And who is you fighting again?
Bethe.
Bitch.
Her name, I swear to God.
If you
Swear to God, I'm not making this up.
I got you.
It is Bethe.
Baby.
Right?
Hey.
And I was thinking, I'm like, giving all these other girls a hard time. Like, man, you ain't got nothing. You're not giving me anything to work with. I heard this chick's name, and I was like, excellent. I like her. Bring this one to me.
I love it. Hey, bitch, we're coming.
Yeah, I walked out to Fallon because I went on The View, and I was like, yeah, I got 99 problems, but I bet you ain't one. And so I walk out to Fallon, and they are singing it. They sing it as I walk out to Fallon. I was like, yes, you guys are awesome.
I love you.
Yeah, it's going to catch on.
Yeah,
Like-
man. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
And may all your dreams come true. And I'm giving you my number. I'll always be there for you.
Your number is a dream come true in itself.
I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. Wherever Ronda is, go see her. Get the book. My Fight, Your Fight. What a lovely lady.